And we're live! What's up, guys? So I'm going to try to squeeze in a quickie. I'm going to learn how to do shorter broadcasts, right? Because I don't get anything done. So I'm doing some toot training right now, right? So this is toot training, time under tension. So what you do is you do 3-second negatives. This is the title and content of the video. What's up, everyone? What is up, Dawn? So as you guys are chiming in, I'm going to do some toot, since these people are complaining that I'm not getting to content quicker. Deborah's like, hi, hello, everyone. Houston's in the house, right? All right, Houston is in the house. What's up, Peter and Anna? So I'm doing time under attention as you guys are coming in the chat. Jay, you're not the first, but you like the 8th. No, actually, you're the 11th. Oh, hey, Neely. All right, guys, I'm doing time under tension so people don't complain that I'm not getting to content quicker. What's up, Carrie? And Larry and, what is it? iRoman, Toronto, in the building. All right, let's do some toot here. All right, guys. So I'm going to do one-armed shoulder presses. Time under tension, 3-second negatives. Working late in Minnesota. You're watching me at work. Is that okay? You made it live, yes. You're starting the strength training regime, and that is awesome. Let's do some tricep kickbacks here. You guys are chiming in. All right, we got so many people in the chat. It's kind of hard to do tricep kickbacks with my foot on the band, I'm not going to lie. I'm quasi prepared. How about I do just some bicep curls, right? You're being closer, what, Jay, or closer to 1? Sort of. Hey, Lulu Lime Designs. You absolutely love my videos. Thank you, Erica. Time under tension is a way to protect your adrenals. So somebody asked if it was a way to build big muscle. Building big muscle is a big, huge subject I'm going to cover on keto, so you guys understand how it works. You do need insulin to build muscle. You need insulin sensitive. You need really well-functioning pancreas and beta cells. So as you guys see, I'm doing slow on the negative. This is slow on the negative. So it's sort of not an explosion, but you're sort of an explosive movement, slowly up, and then as you go slowly in 3 seconds down. I'm such an OG, great info. And you're working out for us. Thank you. Yes, I'm working out to try to show you guys. I'm not literally working out because I just came from the gym. But I'm trying to show you guys time under tension. So you're doing explosive movements, and then you're coming slowly down into the negative with 3 seconds, which is time under tension. So this is actin and myosin here, right? We have our fibers grinding against each other, creating a blistering effect, which helps muscles grow. Hey, Candace. Nah, these bands feel like, I don't know, like 6 pounds, 7. Bands are subjective, right? It's not the same as a weight. I don't understand the concept of insulin sensitivity is a way that your blood sugar doesn't go up. So 9 Mars 3, insulin is designed to do 2 things. 1, it makes muscles grow. Number 2, it makes fat cells grow. So insulin makes things grow, baby. On the fat cell part, that's pretty much stress and what you eat. So when you have too high levels of blood sugar, it is damaging to the cells and makes you age, can't speak English, makes you age and feel and look like shite, and then you die. So, insulin will help take that overproduction of glucose out of the bloodstream and have it go to cells and muscle and tissue and brain and la 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 la. In my case, ketones, red blood cells, so thyroid, whatever, to give you energy. So glucose actually gives you energy, and insulin is the taxi cab driver that glucose jumps on, and then insulin drives it to wherever it needs to go to give you energy so you survive. But since I'm ketotic, I don't need that much insulin. So people eat a lot of carbohydrates and insulin, and I'll go more into this about how insulin works with gaining muscle, because that's very important. That's the title of this video. But for people who are gaining weight, it's typically a few problems, right? You know, leptin and thyroid and insulin and blood sugar. So when your blood sugar is too high, your body cannot utilize it all at once. It just can't, because your insulin is a little bit, it's knocking on the doors of the cells. Can I let blood sugar in? And the cell goes, nope. And so the signal between the insulin production taking glucose into the cell, into the door in the house, is not working. And so this is the reason why people have high blood sugar, and high blood sugar starts to damage cells and make you age. This is called advanced glycation end product, which is the destruction of your shells. I didn't say seashells by the seashore. Cells, which makes them sticky and glued together and give you a heart attack and death. Okay? So the reason why I'm trying to show you time under tension is because with these slow movements on the negative, this is positive and this is negative, right? So I'm blowing out, and then I'm breathing in on the negative. And this is a way to not overstress your adrenals. So I did a live broadcast on my Instagram, you guys, yesterday, which is Stephanie Ketogenic, and also I do so many of these things. Oh, on my private keto course Facebook page, which you sign up through my site, which is stephanieperson.com. But I digress. The point is I was explaining all these concepts about insulin and getting fat or growing muscle, and what is optimal for people who don't want to look like, you know, a rotten apple as they get older, because I'm older. So when you're doing these negative motions, you're not, if you have adrenal insufficiencies, right? If you don't produce a lot of cortisol during the day and your cortisol spikes really high at night, or you just don't have any cortisol, very low, and you are literally suffering, and this affects the thyroid and other parts of the body, creates a lot of inflammation when the cortisol remains too high all the time. And so people who have these issues, which are most of you, because what? Let me see. Talking to Lucas today, another one of my young guys at the gym. Yes, I have many of them. But he has been exhausted for a couple weeks, so I'm concerned. So I was like, Lucas, what are you eating? And I was like, how do you feel today? He's like, I feel great. And I was like, what's going on with your eyes? I was like, are you on a pre-workout? He's like, yeah, it's the only way I can get through my workout. I was like, well, if you do take a pre-workout, and if you got any thyroid, adrenal insufficiency, you're going to create more thyroid problems, and you're going to drop your T3. He was like, huh? Okay, so anyway, so if he did, let's say, have thyroid or adrenal insufficiency, then doing these toot time under tension is a great way, because I can talk. They always say if you're talking, you're not working out hard enough. If you can talk, that's like 1978. Nope. So what you want to do is go slowly on the negatives. This way I can protect my adrenal glands. See, plus that time under tension makes the muscles grow. Yes, of course, because you want, you know, actin and myosin to grind against each other, right? That's the sliding filaments. And they grind in a negative, slow, negative motion, and they create that blistering effect that you build muscle. But what really helps build muscle are other things like hormones and breathing, and, you know, certain things like protecting your pancreas and your insulin. So we're going to talk about insulin when it comes to, like, this thing, child. I never can get this tripod right. It's either too high or too low. Now it's too low. Look, if I get close, I have to stand back. But let's hit this subject. And so you guys can ask your questions and then I can bounce because today I am hankering down to work on this book. I'm tired of people saying, when's that book coming out? And I'm like, pressure, I can't take the pressure. It's so hard. Oh my God, so hard. I can't do it. Can't do it. Okay. I know I'm a spaz, guys. I will calm down. When I watch other people in their live broad streams making weird sounds, I'm like, make it stop, please. All right, let's see here. If you're not doing keto, is it safe to eat grass-fed beef? If you're not doing keto, it's better for everyone, hun child, yes. I think yoga is great for relaxing and for breath work. Yes, stretching can only do good as long as you aren't overcompensating. Yes. And what is it? LaSalle Green says, y'all, there are 38 people in this. No, there's 83 people in this chat and only 39 likes. Can we like up the stream so as I can get more visibility and I will create more content for those trying to not only do keto but just learn about the body and regulating your hormones. Thank you guys. I see some of the likes going up. Let's get it up. Let's get that going. There's still like 37 people who haven't liked the stream. All right, now we got 36 people here still haven't liked the stream. All right. Here's the thing. So I showed you guys very quickly what time under tension looks like as you guys, let me see, how often should we do 12-minute workout? You did one in one of your videos on the private Facebook keto course page. Yes. I get really exhausted from exercise after I broke my neck. Yikes. And jaw. Jeez. Definitely fatigued. Okay, so you have adrenal issues. Was it Tosca? So we got to go more into that kind of stuff. Wow says, wow, ironically is the name. Stephanie, I love you. Thank you. All right, so, essentially you guys, we've got, probably in this chat, we probably got fitness people, CrossFit people, bodybuilders, Olympic, whomever, or people watch the replay, powerlifters. And then we have people, most of the people who, a lot of women in my age demo. You guys know I'm 50. I'll keep saying that every video so you guys understand that we are in 2018. You guys are catching my videos when I'm like 45. They're like, oh my God, you look so great for 45. I'm like, I'm not 45 anymore. So, yeah, you guys look at when the videos have been released so you guys can kind of get an understanding. And as you guys know, I am constantly wearing half tops in my videos because I want you guys to see that I'm not hiding anything. I believe that, I keep forgetting his name, the guy that does videos, real smart guy without a shirt on. He thinks that anyone giving you advice on how to be healthy should show what you're working with. And this is when I started doing videos years ago. I was like, that's so smart. So if you go back every video, you see me through, no sleep and traveling and eating food in Cambodia, and you see me exhausted and working out, and you see me on my menstrual cycle, which I still have, and I do get bloated. I'm like, when I'm doing bloated streams, I'm like, oh, yes. Not fun to get bloated on your menstrual cycle, but I digress. So, I want to talk to you guys about, and I'm also trying to show you guys that my body, this body with the business and all this kind of stuff, right? This body is, I have the muscle, okay, women especially, or men too, because I've regulated my sex hormones. So I still have a menstrual cycle, which is very important. So my testosterone, obviously my testosterone is in a high range, probably as that of a woman in her 20s. So when I do research online, I get really, really annoyed when they start saying that, your testosterone should be naturally lower as you get older. So you will see the affectation of, lower testosterone production and higher in estrogen, which will start storing fat in the midsection, in the bosom, on the back of the triceps, obviously the hips, as you guys can see, right? That's the gadunk. thighs, you should start to see an estrogenic effect from a raised level of estrogen and suppressed progesterone. And then men might show a raise in their estrogen and a drop in their testosterone, and sometimes, unfortunately, heightened, or not heightened, risen, can I speak? Levels that are rising in dihydrotestosterone, which is really a big problem. So I really want you guys to understand, like, it's not just doing a bunch of exercise, because this woman the other day is like, what do you do to build those arms you have? What exercises? And I'm like, well, hun, it's really, not to sound patronizing, but I was like, listen, hun, you need to balance your hormones. And so how you balance your hormones is to protect your adrenal glands. So I'm going to talk about protecting your adrenal glands. I'm going to talk about gluconeogenesis. I'm going to talk about insulin. So when you're doing keto, how can you bulk and get big on keto? You guys, I am 5'3". I weigh about 124 pounds. I'm sitting at maybe, I don't know right now, I haven't tested in a while, but I'm probably sitting around 13% body fat, right? That's about 13. That's what 13 looks like. So when people don't have abs and they're like, I got 13% body fat, I'm like, no, you're sitting at like 17. Like, you guys, no body fat percentage. Yeah, probably 13, maybe 14. It's about 13. Like, I'm not super paper thin, lean at all, but you can see abs and you see muscle definition. But I digress. I want to talk to you guys about how you grow muscle. So really though, really, maybe my hormones are balanced at the age of 50, but my freaking clumsiness has not improved. All right. Okay, the rash is from a candida die-off. So I'm going to take your guys' questions in a minute. We're at 17 minutes here, and I'm probably going to go 40 minutes max, and then I'm going to bounce. And the next time I'll do storytelling time. So, no, it's not, Jay. This is not 10%. 10%, like, I still, as you guys, people keep thinking that a woman with muscle is going to be, like, rock hard. Like, if you grab my arm. But I can actually feel the fat in my arms. I can feel it, right? I can feel the fat. How, like, guys, when you, like, how you check the body, like, men store their fat in the flank area, very much so. Women really don't, who are they're more lean, but we'll store it in other places like the back of our arms. Obviously, we'll store it in our bosom. We store it on our thighs. And when a woman if she's not storing fat here, then that gadunk is going to be like a lot smaller. So I could have my body fat percent go lower. Don't use GABA. Don't use GABA. Please do not use GABA. Do not use GABA. Please don't. But I'll go into that later. So the thing is, no, coconut butter has too many carbs. You guys, I'm talking about the title of this video, so hold on a minute. So I don't go lower in body fat. I easily could on keto because I don't want to lose what I have that makes me a woman. So these Instagram videos, these are people taking stuff, okay? These are people taking stuff. These are people taking things to get that body, right? So that paper thin, lean, like those big, huge shoulder boulders, which, I clearly don't have. I don't have those massive shoulders. I'm not this big, 5'3", if you guys can see. I'm not a big person. And so a lot of women who are wanting to do fitness competitions, or they want to use keto to do fitness competitions, you don't understand that, like, I don't look paper thin lean because I as a woman have more estrogen, which means that the transdermal layers of my skin are nice and fat and keto fat dieted. So that's what's keeping me looking young in my 50s. So I don't want to go lower in body fat. I'm good sitting where I'm at, which I think that women need to, thank you that you love the content. I think that women need to reassess, and men too. All the guys in the gym are like, I really want to be 6% body fat. I'm like, brah, that's stupid. You don't want to be 6% body fat. Men should sit at 10. 10 is great. I mean, I'm sitting at 13, 14. You can see abs, right? You can see abs at 13, 14% body fat. You can see, tricep development. You can see all of that around 13, 14% body fat. I should do that in another live stream about what's a realistic body fat percentage. But people get the body fat percentages wrong. This woman the other day was like, I was like you before. My body fat was like at 10%. I was like, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Your body fat was not at 10%. You'd have absolutely no breasts and no butt, and you would be okay. For men to sit at 10%, that's really, really, really lean. Some men hold more body fat in their legs, and they will be shredded above. And you would think that they're 6% body fat, but they're not. The lower your body fat is going, not from keto perhaps, but from standard bodybuilding, dieting and cycling, literally damages so many things. It damages your reproductive hormones. It creates a lot of cortisol response, a lot of inflammation, thyroid, adrenal, all these issues, all these rebound effects from all this dieting. So I'm going to get to how you grow muscle on keto. Now, the whole point, you guys, is to become insulin sensitive. And a lot of people don't understand insulin resistance versus insulin sensitivity. So if you say insulin sensitive, it sounds sensitive like, oh, you're weak. But in actuality, insulin sensitivity is having a strong insulin response. So your pancreas doesn't have to release so much insulin to clear out glucose or to deliver amino acids, proteins into the muscle so they will grow. So insulin will not have to just vomit out bolus amounts to do its job anymore, because the signal between insulin and the cells that are going to go, the receptors that are going to allow in proteins, amino acids, or glucose are working great. So it's the receptors which work like receptors receive, or like catcher's mitts. So things float in the bloodstream and enter the cell via a receptor. And so you want to be insulin sensitive. So the reason why people like doing keto is because when you eat carbohydrates, your insulin spikes really, really high, because I keep explaining this over and over and over again. In nature, we would have about 5 carbs if you don't include honey, right? So typically you could gather about 5 grams of carbohydrates every time you feed, and that's barely going to spike your insulin. So your insulin doesn't get worn out if you're living outside, right? Not eating eating plant source foods in season. So you have a really strong pancreas. We are mammals, we're designed to live outside. So when you're living outside, we have these like strong pancreas, strong beta cell, like they do the job. The body does its job. So what ends up happening, hi everyone. No, not berries no berries and no fruits right now, because they're hybridized, or they've been genetically altered by man. So now they have more fructose in them than what they would have in nature. So fruits, the majority of fruits should be very bitter and sour, like sour. That's how fruits should be in nature, but we have manipulated to it's sweet. We're like addicted. But I digress. The point is that if you're eating a keto diet and you're having 20 net carbs per day, that insulin spike is going to be very low, especially when your ketone production kicks in and it's actually used. So this pancreas, right? The pancreas, the liver, all these organs and all the detoxification organs, liver, kidney, and colon, and the pancreas are all in this nice, perfect balance. This way, when you do eat protein and don't and plus when you're ketotic, you don't break down as many amino acids to feed the brain. I keep telling everybody who eats carbs, when you're really, really hungry, those are signals from the brain to eat, because glycogen is depleted. And if you keep going more and more minutes and hours on a depleted glycogen, your body will start burning amino acids from your skin, from your bone marrow, from your muscle, anything that's considered an amino acid. Okay, here we got highlighted in red. You mean protein, fat? Because I'm not answering the other, like what you actually wrote. So the reality is that people who are eating large amounts of protein, the body cannot eat, digest, and get the amino acids into the muscle cell if you're insulin resistant. So bodybuilders do this weird thing of carb loading, carb loading. I'm eating 400 or 500 grams of carbohydrate because I want to spike my insulin super, super high so as to be able to get all that protein that you're eating into the muscle cell, which all of that is dangerous, right? So your pancreas, the beta cells become overworked, and then the insulin becomes resistant. The signal between the insulin production and the receptors become they're not working together, and then all of a sudden your blood sugar starts to rise and starts to create damage within the body, and then you're eating all that protein. A lot of them are eating a lot of meat, which tends to have a lot of an acidic effect, especially things like uric acid, higher in lean meats, because the ratio between lean and fat is lower in lean meats like chicken breast, and then people start having kidney problems, and then your urine is dark and it stinks, and it's all this weird stuff that bodybuilders don't talk about. So when you go on Instagram and you see, or on YouTube, and you see all these people and they're shredded and they look amazing, all these women are like no fat and no cellulite and all this nonsense, they're taking things to achieve that illusion. I'm sorry. And then when they go back to eating food before they completely, because women cannot go too low on body fat without saturated fats or cholesterol, the building materials to your reproductive hormones, you can't go that low, or else you really start damaging and creating problems with your pregnenolone and your DHEA and the precursors of making your sex hormones. So your menstrual cycle goes away, and then you're prematurely aging, but you look shredded, right? Because us women get it all confused. What's a real female body? This is a really fit female body at the age of 50, because I do no starvation diets. I don't cycle anything. I don't over exercise. I just take care of my health. And I use ketogenesis as a vehicle to maintain my total health, not just my physical appearance. So we got a couple things going on here. We've got insulin, which if we're insulin sensitive, not only need a little bit of hardcore amazing insulin to do a big job of taking my lower amount of protein and putting it right in the muscle. And as you can see, this is a very, very ketotic body, right? To put in my muscle cell, if I get closer to the camera, to put in my muscle so it'll grow. So that's one way that you build muscle and bulk on keto. The other way is to not be catabolic. So because I'm keto adapted, my body, every time as a carb person, every time you as a carb person are super hungry, you're eating muscle. So fasted cardio, if you do too much of it, will eat at your muscle. Intermittent fasting will eat at your muscle because you're not adapted. And the brain does not care that you want to look lean and aesthetic. It just needs energy to fuel the brain. So it starts breaking down amino acids to fuel that brain so you do not go into a coma. Why do people not talk about this stuff? Is it too complicated, or are you in denial? Like what? I don't understand the internet sometimes. Like, do you guys want to be duped? Because thyroid problem after adrenal insufficiency, men with low testosterone, and women with no menstrual cycle because they keep wanting to get lean for fitness competitions or good on their Instagram. So with that said, sorry, come on, phone, do your job. All right. Okay, so I had to put somebody in timeout because we're talking about keto now and not football. Okay? All right. There is 120 people in this chat and 85 likes. If you guys can bump up the like ratio, this helps obviously me get more visibility, and it shows me that you guys are enjoying the stream. And I'm trying my hardest to pump out a lot of free content, because on my course page, some of them are like, oh my God, like, how do you start keto? And I was like, well, just go to my YouTube videos, because the whole course is on how to start keto, but it's not every single day how to start keto. And I'm like, go to my video. There's 5,000 videos explaining how to start doing keto. So right now, a lot of people want to know, how do you bulk on keto? How do you get big? How do you grow muscle? And how do you stay lean as you're growing muscle? So things like wonderful things that we don't consider is the properties in red meat if you don't have any methionine or uric acid problem, especially if it's better to go for the fattier cuts like ribeye when it comes to red meat, because you have things like creatine in it. So I did a red meat experiment for a year and a half. I went up 15 pounds of muscle on 53 grams of protein a day because of all of the creatine effect, which just swelled me up. I laughed when I got on a swell. I was like, you've got to be joking. Is this what it's like to be fully ketotic? I dropped my protein and I gained, you know how heavy 15 pounds is for a 5'3" woman? It was nuts. So that really started teaching me, and of course the people that I coach, it started teaching me about how insulin, blood sugar regulation, insulin, not being in a constant state of gluconeogenesis, how cortisol works, the rhythm of cortisol, and your reproductive hormones. Those are the things that make you gain muscle and stay lean. So when you're ketotic, you're balancing your reproductive hormones. So a lot of women who are not eating enough saturated fats start eating butter and other fats and duck fat and tallow and lard and leaf lard and all this kind of stuff, and all of a sudden their menstrual cycle comes back. So for those women who start to notice like heavy bleeding on their cycle doing keto, you're doing it wrong. So your body's going through a stress response, and unfortunately that will create heavy bleeding. So it's all too common because people do it the wrong way. Thank you. I think that I have more knowledge than, these doctors, because they're taught very subjectively, and they're taught by conventional wisdom of, you have a problem, here's some medicine, that destroys your liver and doesn't actually fix the problem. But I think that when I learn by osmosis, by speaking to a lot of people with a lot of different issues. And now, you speak to a couple thousand people, you start to see all of the red threads where like, oh, this is the same, and this is the same, and this is the same. And then you start to notice all the problems. Like, why am I not hungry on keto? Is it because I'm breaking down long chain triglycerides? Or is it the fact that you have a gallbladder sludge, or have gallbladder sludge, or your HCl levels are too low? So a lot of people don't realize that, or they have like adrenal issues. They're dumping out a lot of adrenaline. A lot of people are very gluconeogenic and their blood sugar is like 90, 100, and then they don't have any hunger, and they don't realize that it's their adrenals barfing out a lot of adrenaline. So these are the things that you have to consider when you're doing keto. So you want to adapt. Thank you. So now we've got the likes finally over 100, but still lower than the amount in the chat. But so how you want to grow muscle is, in general, you want to have really good insulin sensitivity, and you want to be ketotic. So you want your brain to be able to convert ketone bodies, units of fat into ketone bodies, or aceto-CoA, and to be able to get into the bloodstream acetoacetate and get to the Krebs cycle and pass the blood-brain barrier, so you don't go into a coma. Then once you're there, you're not gluconeogenic, because your blood sugar stays within the 69 to 70 milligrams per deciliter, or for the rest of the world, it is a 4.0 to 4.4 millimolars for those who don't use milligrams per deciliter. So that's how you know that your insulin, and if you're not tired and your ketones are in range between a 1.8 and a 3.0, as I've often discussed, and you feel well, then you're not gluconeogenic anymore. So when you're adapted, your hunger drops, not because you have a gallbladder issue or low stomach acid, but your hunger drops because you're actually just, here's a restaurant right here. I'm burning my restaurant right here. I'm not going to muscle and skin and collagen to feed the brain. I'm just going to here. I'm going to body fat. I have 40,000 kilocalories of fat to burn. And it just sits there like, Steph, use me up. I'm a great source of gasoline instead of muscle. So when you're not gluconeogenic and your body's not taking down muscle, now the muscles just grow. So that's how I gained 15 pounds of muscle on keto beyond just red meat, is because my blood sugar was in that tight range. My ketones were high. And then the third range is I've done everything I can humanly possible at the age of 50 and almost 51 to protect my adrenal glands, because my adrenal glands are going to be the savior of my body once my menstrual cycle finally says goodbye, I'm not even close. I have no premenopausal symptoms whatsoever. But when that happens in the future, my adrenal glands will be so protected. I am so staunch about protecting my adrenal glands because they will now take over and produce my estrogen, progesterone, testosterone when my ovaries stop working in the future. Because I don't plan to lose my gains. Nope. I plan to keep my gains. And to keep your gains, men and women, you must protect your adrenal glands. So if your hormones are in balance, right? And you watch like xenoestrogens coming into the body. Whoa, we got, child, I don't want you to use all your income, Lulu Lime, to donate to the super chat. But thank you so much for donating to the broad stream. That was very sweet of you. She says, please support Stephanie with some dollars for all the great information. Love you. Love you so much, Vanessa. Why you are so kind to me, I don't know, because you just are, and I really appreciate it beyond measures. Thank you so much, Vanessa. But, you know, I don't want you to, like, burn your paychecks on me. But I really, really appreciate the love and support for donating to the super chat. You guys know it was very debatable in my mind. Am I going to turn this option on where you can actually go? I think there's a dollar sign or something under the live video, and you can go in there and donate to the chat if you like it. So here I am, like, you know, like up the stream, and then, you know, somebody donates their hard-earned money, and she's done it on many live broadcasts. So thank you, Vanessa, so much. I really appreciate you, more than you know, for sure. Jade, you chill out, child. Lord have mercy. No, I don't even know what a Bitcoin wallet is. I don't even know what that is. Sorry. I'm a what is it? I'm a Generation X. I like that. I don't want to be a baby boomer, and I don't want to be a millennial. I like being a Gen X. Such a cool generation to be in. So I don't know what that kind of stuff is. Every time I hear something, I gotta go research it because I don't know what it is. But so those are the three things that oh, you're so grateful. I'm very grateful as well, even though I come across as such a like smart arse. Okay, so we've got those three areas that help you get bulk on keto, which is to keep your fats high. And men who are tall, who are active, you might even want to go up to 300 or 400 grams of fat, as long as you have a functioning gallbladder and enough HCl levels to break down the fat and use it as ketones. First, your body starts using a dietary fat. That's why you have to eat fat. That's why it's called a high-fat diet, is so your body learns how to convert the diet that you eat into ketones to give you the energy. And once your body gets off its crackhead addicted, because your brain is so addicted to glucose that once you try to get it on ketones, it sounds so weird, ketones, then it can access your body fat. Here you go, Jay. You access your body fat, and then boom. So when you don't eat, if you end up fasting, if you're in a situation like when I travel and I can't eat for freaking 20 hours, then I don't go through this hunger pangs, which is gluconeogenic. I know that I'm burning through my aminos. If I'm super, super hungry, there's no hypoglycemia. I can protect my thyroid, and most of all, protect my reproductive hormones. So that's how you build muscle. You have to time your foods out. You have to connect to circadian rhythm. You have to protect your adrenals and your gut. And a lot of people are estrogen dominant. A lot of you guys, estrogen dominant. I hear myself talk sometimes. I'm like, what are you saying? And you need to be able to eliminate. A lot of you guys are constipated or have hard stool, and if you're not eliminating, then that estrogen is like building up, and estrogen helps you store more fat. Men, women, and men. So a lot of you have poor liver detoxification pathways. Yes, there's stage 1 and stage 2, phase 1, phase 2 liver detoxification, and you guys are having issues clearing up. Is it Mac Jet? Thank you so much. Mac Jet. Thank you for helping people like us with your knowledge. Thank you so much. I appreciate the appreciation to the streams, and how hard I try to learn from the people that I speak to in my consultations, and also learn by reading things and talking to doctors. I've got a couple of really great doctor friends that we have long conversations with and kind of share some of our information. But that's how you bulk on keto, because you don't literally have to overshoot in size. You can keep your lean mass, which is why, you guys, I'm in a little top all year long, so you guys can see, right? You can see is frying food. Just, yeah, you can fry it in oil. I would prefer to do animal fat because it's more heat stable. That's why we're made out of animals, and our fat can go to Arizona and be in temperatures of 115 degrees, and we're not cooking. So animal fat is very, 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 very stable. It is the primary fat that you eat on a ketogenic protocol. You cannot adapt on coconut oil and MCT oil, so stop that nonsense. So you got to keep your fats 200, and sometimes up to 3 or 4. I started off at I started off low, and then I went up to 400 grams of fat, and then I dialed down to about 220. And let's see what we got here. So I think I'm going to take your guys' questions now. So I showed you a little bit of time under tension. I feel like I don't want to be on the stream too long, so I'll have to do like part 2s and 3s on how you actually exercise. My gym is the worst when it comes to signals. I would love to do a live broadcast at the gym so you guys can actually see me work out, and I can show you a lot of different types of things. I have 2 gym memberships. I might have to go to another gym that has I can get better service, so I can actually go into the aerobics room and do a full live stream there. So I think I'll do that, because here, the main gym that I go to, it's so bad, but I really want to show you guys literally how to lift, how to keep a straight plumb line, how to, trying to teach people how to do a pull-up. Like, I'm always trying to explain to people that pull-ups aren't necessarily about strength, but they're about protecting that shoulder. A lot of you guys, when you're doing a pull-up, you have your shoulder near your ear. That's a no-no. You have to have it down and chest out and abs tight. Because if you don't have those like simple little adjustments to your form, if the stomach's out and the shoulders are up, you can't lift your body. So I want to just show you guys some things, proper form, and how to do proper time under tension with weights, because I prefer to do that over bands. Come on, you stupid freaking tripod. I want to thank you for comments about over drinking water. Oh, thank you. I was constipated and now I'm better. Awesome, John. That's awesome. Donna's like, I know, right? Right? You love pull-ups. So a lot of people think that they can't do a pull-up because they're not strong enough. And it's not literally the strength. I've got like really olive oily type of girls doing pull-ups, like scaring guys, because women, I get 2 types of women when I help them at the gym. They're either like, oh, no, I can't, no. They either do that nonsense, right? Or they're like, they really want to learn. And then the guys' egos, Mount Everest. Gary, stop donating. Oh my, Gary, thank you so much. Gary just donated $50. She says, hi, Stephanie, I want to thank you again for saving me another ride in the ambulance, to the emergency room. Your calendar event is already booked up for July. No, it's not. I'm going to open up more dates. So I'm going to do that probably by Friday. So I'll have more. The whole calendar will be open soon. It doesn't take me another year to get through for another consultation. Gary, yeah, no, it won't. I promise. I'm going to open up the calendar either by Friday or Saturday. So just be looking out, and there'll be all spots open. I know Gary, Richard's like, go Gary! Go Gary! Go Gary! It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Gary just donated $50. Gary, you don't have to do that, literally. He's been donating large amounts. And you know what's so cute about Gary is that I did a consultation with him last week, and he was worried that the money wasn't coming through on the super chat on the live broad streams on YouTube because he hadn't seen it deducted from his account. And I was like, I think YouTube just draws it all at once and gives you the money once a month. I know that YouTube gives you money once a month. And so he was worried that I wasn't getting the money. He was like really stressed out about it. So there are just certain people that follow what I do that it's very special to me that people are value me that much. So thank you so much, Gary. That was very awesome and nice. And also Lulu Lime, she's also been helping out a lot. Noel Macy, thank you for taking the time to teach. Thank you, Noel Macy. Just donated a 20. Thank you so much for catering to the live broadcast. Like I said, you guys, it was very weird for me. I mean, I'm 50. I'm not used to this stuff, so it was very weird for me to even decide to turn on the super chat. So now that I've turned it on, I'm like, thank you. I'm so humble, and it's so awkward, but I do appreciate the donations. I definitely been working my butt off trying to learn as much as possible. So now you guys understand, I hope better, that you can't adapt unless you eat high fat. Once you're fully adapted, you can then adjust your fats. And this is the reason why often I say that keto is not a weight loss diet, because it's just, I'm just kind of being provocative. You can lose body fat on it, but you must be adapted. And no one's talking about adapting. They're just talking about weight loss. And they don't realize that a lot of people are just losing muscle. Because people who do keto the wrong way, you're not going to build muscle. You're going to mess with your hormones, your reproductive hormones. Men, your testosterone is going to drop. If you do the bulletproof copy or if you're intermittent fast. And I was like, what's so wrong about intermittent fasting? And I was like, all right. Let me see. Prop desk, Virginia, is that right? Oh, it's Val. Oh, Val. Thank you, Val. Thank you so much for donating to chat. She just donated a 20. Val's on. There's a lot of people on my keto course, so I'm just like, I have a keto course, you guys, at $15 a month, and often for the people who don't want to donate to the super chat, sign up for the keto course. So you could do it for 1 month or 20 months. It's up to you. That way you can actually get a daily content from me that's in a course structure. Keto course, how to adapt. Okay, so Deborah's talking to Donna. Okay, cool. Donna and Richard and Val are all people on the course page. Okay, so you've been contemplating large. So I'm going to sit down now, you guys, and take your questions. I hope I hit all the subjects about time under tension. I also want to say that a lot of people try to lift too heavy, too hard. You guys who are athletes, you're trying to adapt and cycle and run and do marathons, and you guys are trying to do your CrossFit and your Olympic lifting and your bodybuilding, and you can't in the beginning. I mean, you have to dial it down because it's very catabolic to lift heavy and be an athlete. Very catabolic. Your body tends to go into gluconeogenesis, and your blood sugar keeps spiking, which cancels out the ketone use. Even though you see the numbers on your glucometer, they're not viable, especially if your blood sugar is too high or too low. So it's just really, really. Is that 1 pound? Thank you. I got a 1 pounder. Got somebody from England, I think. Is this a pound? Yeah. Kevsir98. Thank you so much for donating to the chat. I really, really appreciate that. And if you got a question, then obviously it helps me see your question more as well. Okay, I'm about to sit down for a second. It's euro. It's not pound. Okay, thank you, Lulu Lime. I'm not used to euros yet. I'm still just used to. You guys used to live in Europe for a long, long time. Okay, 5'4", 130 pounds, probably 22% body fat. I'm 46 years old. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna just explain this really quick. My brain's getting all mushy. About that when you do things wrong, people don't understand the reason why people are worried about losing muscle on keto is because you're doing everything wrong. You're eating inflammatory foods like cheese, nuts, drinking coffee, you're intermittent fasting, you're not adapted yet. Your blood sugar, your insulin drops at first and then it rebounds and gets really, really high. And people aren't adapting intermittent fasting. And because they step on the scale, like, look, I'm just so much thinner. And I met my friend on Sunday who's been intermittent fasting and I'm totally against it. And he kind of got bothered because I haven't seen him in like 2 years. And he kind of got bothered because we went to have a lunch. I was like, dude, you don't look well. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's like, I'm intermittent fasting. I'm like, I know. You have dark circles under your eyes, and and he's lovely. He's a lovely, lovely person. So if he sees this video, I'm not trying to dog you, dog, but I'm sorry. I was like, for you to shrink that much, like 30 pounds, you lost a lot of muscle because he was lean before. He's like, I'm much lighter now because he's 6'4". He's like, oh, I'm much lighter now. I was like, no, baby cakes, you are wrecking your adrenals, wrecking them. So if you guys eat the right fats, don't have your protein too high, which is a problem. People keep thinking they need more protein because they think they're going to lose muscle. You're never going to lose muscle if you do things the right way. You're not going to lose noticeable muscle. And then once you're adapted, you just grow and stay lean. It's the weirdest thing. Clearly, I'm a almost 51-year-old woman. You guys can see, right? If I go up close, you can see that you can see all of this stuff, whatever you can see, right? You can see everything that that I'm not catabolic. You can see my face up close, right? See face, all those are freckles, but you can see the quality of the skin up close. That I'm not catabolic. If I'm doing keto, I've been doing this for 10 years and I haven't gone off keto. I haven't had a drop of alcohol or caffeine or sugar and like a French fry, nothing in 10 years. And you can see that my body has preserved itself a lot because I'm not gluconeogenic. And that's the reason why I grow muscles, because my body's not burning muscle every time I don't eat something. And that's why people eat carbs. I have to eat carbs every 3 hours. All right, here we go. Here's some questions. Richard says, follow Steph's workout and protein protocol. It works. Yes, there's more. Wait, so the more you move, the more, oh, comments are coming in so fast. The more you move, the more you burn. Donna, the more you move, if you have adrenal insufficiency and your blood sugar is not regulated, this is definitely too low, then the more you burn muscle. So if you have those metabolic issues, let me raise this sucker. I can't stand that I have to bring my bike inside my apartment because people steal it in the parking garage. It really irritates me. I don't want my bike in here, but there it is. Sorry, I'm just straightening it too. Sorry, guys. Hi, Keishel. I'm new. I will donate next week. You don't have to donate, Donna. I appreciate it, but you know. Post-meal blood glucose checking after first bite or after last bite. No. You check, was it Petulia? Is that your name? Petulia? You test your blood sugar about 2 hours post-meals. If you check within 30 minutes, it's subjective. Your blood sugar always spikes and drops. Unless you're checking for food sensitivities, you need to check every 30 minutes. But on the daily, you check your blood sugar. You want to see what your blood sugar trend go up and then down back to a safe number. Let's see here. Post-meal blood glucose. Okay, well, I already read that. No judgment on the bike. No, I don't like having my bike in here. Like the streets here of like freaking needles and nastiness and ugh. I don't want to bring it in. And American apartments have stupid carpets. Gross. 2 hours post meals. Yeah. Thoughts on working out on keto while breastfeeding. I think it's great, but a lot of women who do keto wrong start to produce less milk. So the point isn't, can you breast milk and work out? Of course you can. The point is to protect your adrenals, right? And your thyroid and your reproductive hormones so you still produce milk. and actually adapt. So don't have your proteins too high. Don't have your fats too low out of fear that you're going to gain weight, because that's what you see in every stupid keto group. Oh my God, like if your fats are too high, you're going to lose weight. You have to adapt. This is ketones. Okay? This is not some stupid diet. Frustrating. How do I get away from the rash? So MacJat, that's probably Candida die-off. A lot of you guys have systemic fungal, like, fungus, like mushrooms, like nastiness. We all have it, and it's from taking antibiotics and having like our water has fluoride and all this kind of stuff that lowers your good bacteria. And anytime you have like sugars or eat things that have fungus on them, like tea bags and caffeine and fungus and cheese and nuts, those mycotoxins, then the candida grows out of control. So then when you drop your carbs, because candida spores, they love sugar and carbs. So when you drop into a keto protocol and you're just having vegetable carbs that are cruciferous, bitter types, the candida can't grow anymore. So it'll die off from the liver and you just start to notice rash. So simple solutions are monolaurin, or it's called lauric acid. The brand, I'm not really like a brand pusher, but a notable brand is called Lauricidin, and that's an Amazon purchase. I don't think you can get Lauricidin in Europe, but you can get monolaurin, and this will help. But you have to keep your stress down, because stress makes candida grow. You have to avoid the things like vinegar, like white wine vinegar and alcohol and caffeine, all these things that stimulate the fungus to grow. You have to avoid it. You just can't use monolaurin. And then in that context, you can start to take down the spores and break down a little bit of the biofilms. And sleep. Glutathione with no gallbladder? Glutathione, that's your internal is that what you mean with your internal antioxidant? I don't know how that correlates. Deborah, what are the actual grams? What are you talking about for protein? Monica, 80% fat, 15%. But Richard, it's also about, I say to get people to start at 200 grams of fat and then use those percentages, because people can do 80, 15, 5 on 1,000, calories. And then I don't want them to do that. So I'm like, use grams rather than just the percentage. How do I get a six pack like me? People think that I'm this way because it's my genetics, but I've got a bazillion people in my family and no one looks like me, not even remotely close. Like, not even, my mother's body and my body, like nothing alike. My brother, when we were younger, we almost looked like fraternal twins. Nothing, like, he and I are the best example of what you do. My brother never gets sleep. He eats garbage sometimes. His weight fluctuates up and down, and as we're getting older, his hormones are starting to fluctuate. And you can see that you could take, now my brother doesn't look like old, but he's got everything else. Like his hair is gray and he looks tired, and he's having weight issues and energy crisis. So it's literally, how you get a body like this is a lot of work. You have to connect to a circadian rhythm. You've got to go down when the sun goes down. You've got to chew your food slow, like drink water and all throughout the day, and exercise and breathe right and meditate and not too much screen time and mind your posture, because people sit in a C shape, don't get enough upper trunk circulation. Like all these little things, like I know them so much that I just do them automatically. But if you don't ever do them and then you've got to do all of them, people freak out and they give up. That's why that many people, my brother's older, he's 2 years older. So he's just a couple years older. That's why when we were growing up, people thought that we were like fraternal twins because we look so alike, but not anymore. That's like, we don't look like, we look like brother and sister, but we don't look the same anymore. How do you bring down, what is it? BG? Blood glucose? Okay, blood glucose after surgery. It's all those things Liz I just explained, that I told you that my brother doesn't do that I do. Like water throughout the day, diaphragmatic breathing, like going to bed super early, getting away from screen time, stretching, exercising, but not overstressing the adrenals out, getting rid of stress, minding stress, reevaluating your life, staying away from inflammatory foods, rotating your foods, being careful for eating raw vegetables out of season. Like all these little things will help you post-surgery and getting your like fats high enough and the right kinds of fats and pastured animals and all this kind of stuff. Keto, 83 is still in the range, but your ketones have to also be in the range, or it doesn't matter. You work hard to help, so I will. Yay, yeah. Okay, I believe in epigenetics. Of course, this is epigenetics. It's not even. It's a fact. Epigenetics is a fact. It's not a myth. It's undebatable. Okay. Apple cider vinegar. Okay, yes. How do you bring down? Blah blah blah. You work hard and help, so I will. I believe epigenetics has seen twins start to look exactly. Oh, that's what you were trying to say. Thank you. Blah, blah. What do you what is it? What do you sleep? I don't know if it's typo. Wake up. Oh, I go to bed at 9:30. Wake up 5:30 every day. I don't care. Yeah. Daily vlog. See what you do. I don't have time. I told myself I'd do a 40-minute broadcast. I'm already an hour. Is Bragg's liquid amino acids keto safe? Apparently it's supposed to be. It's fermented soy, so hopefully it doesn't have a estrogenic effect. Lauricidin, it's Lauricidin, FYI. On eBay, yes. What is your eating window? You guys, you can't copy my. I've been doing this 10 years, so my eating window. I'm super adapted. I could literally throw stupid bombs at me and I would still be ketotic. You guys who are newbies, so that's why I don't do what I eat, because it doesn't matter. We need to do a daily vlog of what a client eats, not what I eat. I only get dizzy, no rash. Okay, so that means none of your electrolytes are low, so make sure you get a sodium, magnesium, potassium-rich foods like avocado, spinach, cooked spinach, and enough water. Okay, do you progressively suggest increasing weights for training? Only if your adrenals are safe and you take breaks, yes. If you want to obviously build muscle, and also if you want to burn more, use more ketones. Not in the beginning though. You have to ramp it down your workouts before you ramp it up. Should we be worried about, should I be worried if I don't lose the fat in my belly? Blah, 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 blah. Where fat in my belly? Hold on. It's going fast. There's fat in my belly. Following keto. Well, Tatiana, you have to adapt. So you can't talk about B before A. Liz, are you adapted? Because if you're adapted in the belly, then you're not losing belly fat, then you're not adapted. So A before B. And then, I don't mean to sound like a sarcasm. Fat bombs only made out of coconut oil and butter. Yes. If you don't have sensitivities to the both. I'm looking for good info on healing the gut. Haven't found one. Child, watch my videos. Everything I do is about healing the gut. Let me tell you right now, guys. Okay? The only way you can heal your gut is, number one, you must do 3, more like 4 to 5 REM cycles per night. Number one. Number two, you must connect to a circadian rhythm, because that's how the body heals. When the sun goes down, you go down. If you're exercising, working, and doing stuff at night, your gut won't heal. It just won't. It won't. If you're eating too much food at night, then the body's going to put all the energy towards digestion and not to heal the body, especially with leaky gut. You can't eat dairy, right? Or you have to be careful to make sure that you don't have a butter sensitivity, because butter is mostly fat. That's why it is okay as a dairy food and not cheese and not cream and sour cream and milk and all this kind of nonsense. You have to not refeed back onto carbohydrates that gut your gut. So people don't understand that wheat destroys your gut. Sometimes in some people who have a cross-reactive reaction, then oats can do it. In very small cases, even rice can do it, especially brown rice is horrible. Quinoa, horrible. Beans, horrible. Horrible. Yes. And you got to make sure that you don't have any food sensitivities, that you don't have histamine intolerance. Because if you're eating meats with bacteria or fish or lemon or cinnamon, if you have leaky gut and histamine, so I'm not talking to everyone, y'all, then those things aren't going to heal the gut. So you want to have high quality foods that don't have like glyphosate on and pesticides and preservatives and dyes and colors. And if you have any of that, the gut won't heal. It will not heal. Now you can go ahead and try to do like bone broth if you don't have a glutamate problem for the glutamine, or you want to take a glutamine supplement to help, or slippery elm to help the secretory IgA mucus lining. But ultimately, those supplements aren't going to be what heals the gut. It's your sleep and the rotation of foods and keeping your stress down. That's it. And there's no other way you're going to heal your gut faster. There just isn't. So healing leaky gut is that simple. You have to be careful for fermented foods. You have to be careful for the types of probiotics and things of this nature. Yeah, beans are just garbage. They really are high in fatty acid. That's what people fart on them. Your body has a hard time to digest them. Okay, beans, and music fruit. The more you eat them, the more you toot. The more you toot, the worse you feel. So don't eat those beans in every meal. Okay, so let's see, Lisa, you coconut oil. You can Lululemon if you don't have an aversion, a problem with coconut oil to help stabilize your blood sugar, and it'd probably be about 2 tablespoons. If you have an aversion to it and you have stomach ache, then don't do coconut oil. How to cure acid reflux. Acid reflux, you can use certain aids for that. Like you can do betaine HCl for short term and cycles. Don't do it all the time. You could do lemon water or apple cider vinegar, or especially apple cider vinegar prior 20 minutes prior to eating a food to help with digestion. But you've got to get sleep. And carbs and sugars, you guys know, really exacerbate the reflux symptoms. And reflux will lessen if you just get off the processed carbs and chips and bread and anything in packages and juice and all this nonsense. And then you can use small aids like betaine HCl with pepsin for the short term, and then get off of it, and then allow your stomach acids to rebalance on their own. See here, sugar-free recovery. Thanks. I love you, Stephanie. You are such a cool chick. Thank you. Do a video exactly how fats get burned, dietary fat on it. So I have, Donna. I got a ton of. You know what it is? I need to put them in like what you call playlist. That's what it's called. Yes, I think I'm fat adapted. Wait. I'm fat adapted based on the research of listening to your videos. Okay, good. Been doing keto for 4 months. Awesome, Tatiana. The Hercules child. Hercules. Yes. Oh my God, it's fabulous. So fabulous. Yes. Okay, why cook spinach? Because it raises the level of potassium, especially boiled spinach. Cooked spinach has more potassium. Yep. LaSalle, yep. With spare ribs, so we weigh counting the bone. I mean, you could, or you can just count the meat. So, yes. So you could do, I don't know how heavy the meat is, but 3 ounces, even though bone's going to equate it, is fine. 3.5 ounces with the bone. I'm on my 8th week of keto and no longer take Prilosec. Oh, good. Which is for, that stuff is, there. It's called a Prilosec, I think is a proton pump. Am I right? Proton pump. Proton pump. Jeez, I've had to take for, okay, so proton pumps are acid reducing, that's what Prilosec is. It's omeprazole, I think. Yeah, omeprazole? Yeah, it lowers the stomach acid so you don't feel the burn. But the problem is, the reason why you have acid reflux is because your stomach acids are too low, and the body does this reverse fart motion, which smacks up the low acid to your chest, and gives you the illusion that you have high acid. And then people take acid reducing pills, and then candida grows out of control. They get colds and flus all the time because their gut biome is destroyed. Because if your acid levels are too low, then nasty bacteria starts growing in your small intestine. If you guys didn't know that. Proton pump, yep, horrible. Proton pumps, they say that people who take proton pumps have a more leader to developing cancer because they have no protection, because stomach must be acid, right? Acid stomach, that should be fire here. Fire should kill bacteria and viruses and parasites and nastiness. Yo, we got 44 likes and 44 people in the chat. This is the first time I've ever seen that. The like ratio is always either the people in the chat to the people. Oh, we got one more like there. Yes, if you haven't liked this stream, keep liking it so the like ratio is higher. I'm not a millennial. I'm a Gen X, so I really don't like to look up all this stuff on how to hack the YouTube algorithms, but apparently that's what happens. See, Mary Beth. See, hi, Steph. You always say if you're, you're not going to do keto right, don't do it at all. Yes. What diet would you recommend? Low carb, high fat. Some days not going to do keto right. Paleo, not paleo. Low carb. Just low carb. LCHF. Low carb, high fat. And low carb, high fat with your carbs timed out is a much safer approach, because paleo has dried fruit, and that's just way too much fructose, and nuts. So because I don't allow almond flour and nuts and all this garbage that has phytic acid and destroys people. Dark circles under the eyes are typically your kidneys. So help your detoxification liver, kidney. So I don't know what you're eating. I don't know how your sleep is. I don't know how much water you drink. I should drink more water. LaSalle, if you do keto the right way, you can see your insulin start to function properly in a couple weeks. Just depends on how disciplined you are. Or it could take a year, it could take a couple weeks. How does fat get burned once you adapt? Because your body takes this, right? It takes this, no, it takes this, and it uses it, it converts it in the liver, and then it uses it, it pops it into the bloodstream, and then all your cells that are like, oh, look, some food's coming in, it's fabulous, like energy. Then it uses the fat as energy, because people who are carb burners, the fat goes in and it stays in, and then your fat cells become very, very inefficient, and they're not good at burning fat. That's why people get fat. And then the fat cells make estrogen, and estrogen in sort of a quasi way kind of makes more fat cells, makes you more fat. LDL super high. Okay, reasons LDL super high. First of all, what is it? Jackie, 3837. First of all, there's like several different types of LDLs. There's not one. So you want some of those LDLs to be really, really high numbers. That's the reason why all this cholesterol stuff is so confusing and such BS, and your GP doesn't know crap about it. You've got to talk to a cardiologist who will actually break down, here's an HDL, here's triglycerides, here's CRP, here's your LDLs, here's all the different LDL panels, and you want to get to the LDL small particle B to know if the LDL Bs, that's another, there's A, there's B, there's all different kinds, that the B hasn't become small and many, because those stick and plaque. How many cups of water? They say 8 to 10 of 8, like 8 to 10 ounce of 8 to 10 cups of 8 to 10 ounce all throughout the day, like every hour, because you can't drink a lot, like 2 liters in the morning and 2 liters, because you have to drink all the time or else you're not hydrated. I just got out of hospital from having sepsis. Ooh, very worried about myself. I still want to do keto. I mean, you could graduate yourself slowly into keto and just make everything clean and everything super healthy, and like watch my last 7 broadcasts on how to do that. And I think it actually can help you with your sepsis. Yes, Deborah's right. If you eat high fat, then your night hunger will go away. If you're hungry, it's because you didn't have enough, right? Nutrient dense food. See, Mark John, when the sun goes down, then use the blue blockers until you go to bed. Yes, until for your computer until you go to bed. I do every time. Thank you so much. Blah, blah, blah. How many ounces of pork or beef would I recommend for serving? Are you male or a woman? I don't even know. You need to tell me if you're a man or a woman. That matters big time. Deborah, I'm hungry all the time, especially right before bed. It's because, wow, you're not eating enough. You're not eating enough fat. You have to eat 200 grams. And I don't mean in the frying pan. I mean on the plate. Like 3 slabs of butter, boom, or lard, or tallow, or duck fat, goose fat. Whatever it is, that's what you got to do. And your hunger will go away. People are always hungry on keto when their vegetable portions are too high, the proteins are too high. That's when they're hungry. That's when I know. When people are hungry, I know their fats are too low. Straight up. And they're like, no, I eat 200 grams of fat. And then when I start breaking down, I'm like, that's not 200 grams of fat. They're like, it isn't? I'm like, no, not even close. How much carbs for an active shift? It doesn't matter, Alan. The carbs for everyone are 20 net. It's the same. It depends. Alan, if you're doing low carb, high fat, not keto, then I'd say 100 carbs. 100 carbs is good. 110, that's good for a person who's just low carb, high fat, who doesn't do keto, out of things like sweet potato and carrots and blueberries and fruits and yellow squash and sweet potato, red potato, white rice. I'm new. Can anyone see this? See what? Yes, I can see you, Jenny. Francis. Hi, Michelle. 2 hours post-meal timed from the first bite or food. Yes, from the first bite. No, from the last. No, from the last, not the first. From the last bite, you test your blood sugar. So if it takes your body 30 minutes to eat your dinner, for example, then the last bite, and then then that 2 hours after that. Okay, you guys, thank you. We've got 161 people in as likes and 145 in the chat. So thank you so much. You make me look up some of the things you talk about. Stephanie, you spark my brain with your info. Oh, good. That's what I'm trying to do. Deborah says, everybody is so afraid to trust this increase I know, Deborah, it's so frustrating. The fat, was it fat every day? But that's when you actually will see results. Just trust it, folks, and drive in and do it. Thank you, Deborah. She's so right. I guess these loud hiccups, sometimes eating, drinking could. It could be HCl, Neely. I'm not really sure. It could be HCl levels in your stomach. Not sure though. Jenny, hi Steph. I'm just trying to do this keto thing. I need help with my macros. I'm 46 years old, 5'3". How many calories should I? You don't count calories, Jenny. It's macros. You should probably do a consultation or join the keto course group. So that's $15 a month. But you don't count calories because everybody burns calories different. And steak and cookies don't. You could have 500 calories from steak and 500 calories, like ribeye, and 500 calories from processed cookies, and your body won't use it the same way at all. One's going to make you store fat, one's going to make you burn fat. So you can't count calories, you have to count grams. So how many grams of fat, how many grams of carbohydrate, how many grams of sugar. That's what you count. Sweet potato is great with butter for people who are low carb, not keto. Keto people can't eat sweet potato. You exercise over 40? Can you? I'm 50. You see that? That's exercise. Of course! You're young over 40. Why do people think you can't exercise over 40? I work out with 20-year-olds, okay? No, they're around 20. I work out with 22 to 20 to 30. My friend today, he's 31, and he's in one of my videos. Eric, he's like, I don't know, he was talking to me. So Eric always comes because I'm his therapist. So Eric comes to the gym. He was in like 3 live broadcasts ago. He's like, why does every young white boy come up to you? I don't know. Guess they never experienced a strong black woman, so they're curious. I don't know. I look 28. I think when I'm acting really silly, I do, but when I'm being more serious, I probably look older. But I would say that my internal health, right? Because people say like, oh my God, you look great for 50. And I'm like, what? There's no 20-year-olds in my gym that look like this. What are you talking about? At any age. And I want to change those stereotypes. I can't stand when people say, oh, you look good for 50. And I'm like, 50? I was like, have you seen, I'm in LA. Like, this is the land of people who think they're beautiful. Child, I don't even want to talk about what happens in the girls' bathroom toilet stall. It is an explosion of leaky guts, Crohn's, IBS, like nastiness, yeast. Like, I can't. These are 20-year-olds. Okay. I'm not trying to talk to these boys. They come up to me. So don't get it twisted, right? I'm not talking to white boys preferentially. I love everyone. And everyone knows that. I talk to everyone. I don't care what age you are or what color you are. I talk to everyone. But somehow the little white boy models come over to me. It is just the way it is. It's kind of funny. And then like Eric, who's 31, feels old in comparison to them who walk up to me. It's just, I'm sorry, it's just kind of funny. I'm being silly. I'm being really silly. I really want to bring my video camera into the gym so you see what I'm talking about. But we'll work out together. We'll do pull-ups. We'll do push-ups. We'll do all like crazy stuff. And I kind of forget that I'm the age that I'm at, which really helps me to disassociate myself with age, because a lot of you guys associate yourself with age. People are like, oh my God, but aren't they so mature? And I'm like, no, people are dumb at any age, okay? Dumbness does not come in an age package. Naivete, lack of experience, but openness and freedom to think and try new things. It's always the young ones that are more willing to do keto than the older ones, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so, Hawk, what is your question? Mass, you made our drinking, what? Doing keto? Okay, oh, you're asking Richard. How do you join the keto? Go to stephanieperson.com, and there's instructions. It's really easy to sign up. It's super easy. It's like ABC 1, 2, 3. Let me see, Michelle, I'm almost ashamed to ask this, but I need to. How do I quit coffee without shocking the body or stressing it out? So online kits to wean it off. Michelle, it's like 3 days. Yeah, all you need to do is drink some 8-ounce glasses of water with sodium in them to make sure that you get enough sodium and water, because people tend to get headaches on like they have this coffee is a vasodilator, and so your shite constricts. So things like DLPL, L-tyrosine, which is an amino acid, you can get it like Whole Foods or online. That'll help. Otherwise, you just got to drink a lot of water, add a little Himalayan salt if you feel a headache coming on. Thank you, Richard. Nope, I'm not gay. Nope. I'm strictly Italy. And I don't mean the country. People are like, I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw you, I thought you were gay, because people don't understand anymore. I'm gonna talk about this for a second because I think it's quite interesting. People don't understand a woman who is feminine and strong at the same time. Somehow, in people's brains, that equates gay. It's just the way we look at each other. Everything is upside down. Everything is. It's really, really sad that in people's minds you have to be a strong person that equates gay. Anyone can be strong. So, or anyone can be fragile. It just doesn't matter. Jeez. If you are benefiting from Stephanie's knowledge, please consider sending her some. Tap on the donation button to the right of the comments bar. Thank you, Lulu Lime, for pushing others to promote, so I don't have to. Let's see here. Richard saying hello to Yoga. Just got here. What's up, Yoga? Unfortunately, I'm going to go soon because I told myself I was just doing an hour, and it's an hour and a half. What's up, Princess? What's up, what's up, what's up? What is up, child? What is up? That's goals. What can you eat if you get sick? What? Sick of eating oils and meat. Wow. Just think of being poor and not eating anything, and then that should help. Poverty should help. You don't eat just oils and meat. You eat vegetables. I eat more vegetables now. You can have up to 9 cups of vegetables, honey. What you talking about? People trip me out. You can do carb replacements, but once you're adapted, I mean, I've done keto cookies. I've done keto pizza. Y'all know I've got my little ice cream and pancake videos, sandwiches, BLTs. There's a ton of stuff to eat. Don't feel like you're restricted. Yes, Stephanie is it's over 5 hours. Yesterday was a marathon. I did 5 hours of broadcasting, and I don't want to do it long. Thank you for reminding me to get off this broadcast, Deborah. It's taking me an hour and a half to drink a cup. That means I'm dehydrating. And I know y'all ain't drinking your water. Or many of you are not. All right, I'm going to go because it's almost 6:20 here in California. I'd love to do story time, but I don't have time to do it. You rotate your foods every 3 to 4 days. You got my water. Awesome. Stephanie, do you like... See, people always ask me about this guy. I'm not going to say his name anymore. So if you guys look at the replay, you're out. No, this person is for me, and I think he could be a lovely person as an individual. But anyone who talks about keto gives the wrong advice that can hurt people, I call a charlatan and a snake oil salesman. Bink! Now what? And I didn't say the person's name. You can read it on the comment. No, I think this person can be lovely. He's got a very soft and nice, demure, older, very calm way to speak, but don't get it twisted with all the things you got to purchase to access this clickbaity person. Clickbait. I would love to see him without a shirt on, though. Not that I actually want to look at his body. I just want to see his level of health. You know what I mean? Nikki, you're in Cali. Isn't the weather's perfect because we don't got that. We don't have that humidity. No. You can't smell it. We just got to get over it. You just got to get over it. Because if you were starving, wow, I promise you, If you were starving and you hadn't eaten and you were going through, catabolism beyond measure, the smell of bacon would just be, you'd be like, more, I'm hungry. Buttons, I know his buttons are up here. I should start doing that. I should start wearing button-up shirts that don't reveal my body. Here I am, and, oh, that's his name. His name is Paul Chek. You guys gotta Google Paul Chek. This dude's a genius. That's the guy that I started following like 10 years ago. And he is so smart, and he was like, and he was the one that was like, this is a man saying this, he's like, if you can't go shirtless and give people advice on exercise and diet, nutrition, and like whatever, then you should shut your mouth. And I was like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to start doing videos in a half top, because I don't care if I'm in a half top. I do it to show you guys that I am not speaking out of the side of my mouth. Keisha, some people have like it's called, they have a gag response to fat. It starts as a child. You can beat the gag response. You can actually take a toothbrush. I know this sounds really gross. You brush the back of the tongue each day until that reaction goes away, and then you can start taking the fat. So that's a way to deal with a gag response. Thank you, Yog. But keto can work for everyone if they do it the right way. And if it doesn't work the right way, do low carb, high fat, and then you shouldn't do any other diet stupid thing. Low carb, high fat, or keto. That's where it's at. Just following, you don't need anyone else out. Yeah, thank you, Deborah. I don't know, it irks me. I don't like liars. I don't like liars who talk smack, who try to prey on people's, adrenal body, And I mean, he does have some good information, but it's all driven by cha-ching. And when your motivation is strictly money motivated, then what? In a button-up shirt this high? What are you doing, bruh? And then you're talking about, women's bodies and estrogen, and you're a dude. Let's see your freaking boobs. I want to see your boobs, bruh. I'm so bad. I swear, you guys, I'm just being silly when I'm this sarcastic. You should call it a lifestyle. I know. I agree, Kishal. Okay. I got no sleep. That's because you ate carbs. Carbs put you to sleep and you go off carbs. That's the whole thing why carbs going on keto makes you not sleep in some people. You still love me because I'm what? Silly? Try being on the internet. It is so lame, especially if you're a baby. Wait, no, I'm not a baby boomer. I'm not in my 60s. I'm in my 50s. I am a Gen X. When you're in your 50s, like the filter, either you're super, 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 super oppressed and you've been beaten down your whole life to not say what you really feel, or you're people like me where you just don't care. Right, Richard? Right? Richard, don't you get to a point where you're like, but Richard's like, oh, I'm not being sensitive to people. I'm like, whatever. If people can't handle it, you need to grow some more cojones. All right? Some bullocks. Good, Bruno. 45 and don't care, because we become so afraid of what people will think. And then people become afraid of the truth. I was telling my friend today at the gym, I was like, I'm tired of people not laughing. Can't we crack a joke? Can we not crack a joke? Is everyone like, and no one's smiling, no one's laughing. They look like a bunch of Walking Dead. They look like post-apocalyptic zombies. Why aren't people laughing and smiling and joking who don't know each other? Or if you're in a group situation or at a party and there's no alcohol, or if you're at the gym, or if you're in a social situation, why don't people smile anymore? Why can't you crack a joke? I crack jokes all the time. I am seriously so starving. I am so starving for people to make me laugh. I'm starving. I'm so starving. Please, somebody have a sense of humor, can make fun of life and start laughing. And it's one of the reasons why I talk to Eric at the gym is because we talk so much smack. He called me a hood rat today. I said, you better not call me a hood rat again. He called me a hood rat. Trust me, I called him a lot of stuff back too. Let's see. Yeah, I'm so silly, you guys. I'm not trying to. I'm just on the internet. I'm just over it, you know? But what do you think about this Nimrod on YouTube talking about keto? I think he's a Nimrod. What am I supposed to say? He's got like good benefits. He has some good. No, he's a freaking troglodyte. I'm not talking about his character. I'm just talking about his money game. It's disgusting. Left cheek say to the right cheek. I agree. Thank you for sharing your time with us, Stephanie. Especially enjoy how relatable you are and down to earth in the broadcast. I see. I got two beer drinkers that want to whatever. What is it? Want to race me on the. So thank you for the person who's saying that they enjoy how real I am. I'm just like that. I've gotten myself in trouble over the years because I have honesty Tourette's, and people see my honesty as sanctimonious and self-righteous and preachy and whatever. And when maybe some years ago when I was younger, I was worse. I was so bad. This kid in Sweden, he was Persian and he was rapping like mother sucking bee and hoe and bees, and I was like, dude, you sound like an idiot. He got so offended. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, you're not even from the States, bruh, and you're Persian. And I know that your parents don't like you talking like that. He got so upset with me. Oh, Donna, girl, to reach, girl. She's like, I see Dr. B is pretty ignorant, and as an RN, I see his mistakes. And that's the thing. Somebody sent me, you guys, this is so funny. Somebody sent me a video of a woman, right? A naturopathic doctor, functional holistic doctor, on TED Talks, and he stole what she was saying verbatim. She sent me the videos, well, not verbatim, but like saying nearly the same thing. This woman was talking on TED Talks about the body, and then he was stealing her content. And then the woman's like, now I know what Stephanie is talking about when she calls him antiquated. Like, he's fake. Like, he reads stuff. Like, he's like whiteboard, chalkboard. He creates these fake presentations. I would love to see him on a broadcast, like being slammed. And then you see him do hiccups because he's antiquated. Mr. Rogers. That was the best. Yo, that was funny. Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor and buy my supplements? That was rock star. And only people who are older know who Mr. Rogers is. It's hilarious. Oh, Mr. Rogers, that was the best, right, guys? That's what I'm talking about. That is funny. Won't you be my neighbor? Oh my goodness, I'm 5'2", weigh 110. I want to do keto for the health benefits, not to lose weight. Awesome. Who is he? Go Google him. Want to get your thoughts on the carnivore diet. Byron is stupid. It's not keto. It's so bad. People have got like uric acid problems, and they're like their urine's turning dark on it. It's great for people for the short term. We've got histamine intolerance, can't deal with the phytates, salicylates, oxalates, goitrogens, nightshades, lectins in plants. But as a rule of thumb, the quality of meat, are they doing like super fat, pastured ribeye? I mean, pork? No. No. Oh, people try, like, when I talked about the carnivore diet in another video, people had a freaking meltdown because once people drink the Kool-Aid, you shatter their belief system. Because why would you get so twisted if you weren't affected, right? If you weren't flaky. If someone says something in a video that I disagree with, I'm just like, I'm not going to sit and comment on their video. Like, I got stuff to do, right? You know what I mean? I got things to do. Mr. Rogers new in the movie theaters. Oh, nice. What? The smooth voice, the smooth voice, yes. You know, guys, I could do a video like this. So if you do keto, if you do Stephanie's, if you guys do Stephanie's 90-day program, weight loss program, you can get the business like I have. Just go buy my supplements over there. And Mr. Rogers never lived in the neighborhood. Sultry keto. I'm too silly to be like that. I gotta start laughing at myself. So, I know. I'm so hi September. Oh yeah. You know, I'm too silly. I can, you guys, I can be normal. I say this all the time. I can be normal, I can be calm, I can be serious, I can be respectful, I can be kind, and I can be sweet, and I can be obnoxious, and I can swear like a sailor, and I can be goofy. I am so goofy. One of my friends, like for 12 years in the gym, we were like, we would do all this kind of stuff at the gym, and he would be across the room, and I'd be across the room doing that. And we would be laughing our butts off, or, you know, like, because I live here in this city, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. And we would be texting each other, like, you see the dude to the left? One day there's this dude in the gym, and he's got, like, he had to have socks stuffed here. And he was going, he's an old man, he was going like this in the mirror. And my friend's like, yo, 12, like 10, what is it, 12, 10 o'clock, like over there, or 12 o'clock, look right there. And I'm on the floor laughing because I'm minding my own business. My phone buzzes. I look and there's this guy going like this old man with like super short shorts with like a sock in his stuff. You see some funny stuff here. I do not live in the Midwest. Trust me. In this city, you see the funniest stuff you've ever seen ever. It was like, I mean, the stuff I have seen in the gyms here, even on the street, you don't even know. Like some things, like your eyes are scarred forever, right? No nuts, yeah. No cardio, really. You just do 5-minute warm up. Honesty, Tourette's. I do. I just kind of don't care. Like, what are you going to do? Like, you know, not be my friend. Well, that's already happened. You know, what are you going to do? Talk smack to me? Okay. You know, what are you going to do? It's like, I don't care anymore. Good night, Gary. Thank you so much again for being the heavy donator to the broadcast. And of course, everyone else. But thank you so, so much, Gary. Gary, you're awesome. Sweetheart. Thank you. How do you increase your push-ups? By not pronating your neck. And pronating your shoulders. People don't, when they do push-up, typically when people do push-up, this is so funny. People do push-up, they go like this. And then they push like this. Watch people at the gym with their head down and go like this. I see this all the time. I'm like, I can't watch it. I was like, oh my eyes, I can't watch that. It's the same thing with people doing lunges wrong. I'm like, oh, I can't watch this. I can't watch it. Or people squatting wrong. So you're supposed to keep your scapula up like this, right? So your back is straight. And then when you push, you're pushing like this. This is such a bad way to show you guys. But people arch. And then this puts in, then they drop their head. And this puts a lot of shoulder on the AC joint or the rotator. And so you want to tighten the abs. And you want to, instead of have your scapula, your shoulder blades collapse like this, you want to pop it out like that. That makes sense. He does a, yeah, but you can't take potassium supplements. They're toxic to the liver. So already that's a bunch of BS. Okay. Thank you. What is it? Ian? You really want to start living life when you stop caring what people think. It is like, of course you want to be respectful to other people, right, guys? You don't want to hurt. I don't want to hurt anyone else. I don't want anything that I say to hurt anyone else. So I don't want to hurt him because I do have a voice on the internet. I don't want to hurt him as an individual. That's why I say I don't know him. He could be a lovely person, but I don't like the lying and the preying on people's desperation to lose weight and selling a bunch of garbage. So you can be like, Money, 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 money. Gonna make those dollar bills, yo. All right, guys, I better go because, again, I went over time. I can't do these live broadcasts like this anymore. I just can't stop going over time. Ronda Rousey. Do you guys want to hear all the people I've been compared to? I just got compared to Ronda Rousey, the MMA fighter. I look nothing like this woman. That is the weirdest one. That's the weirdest one. I've gotten Beyonce. I don't look like Beyonce. No. I've gotten J-Lo. Don't look like J-Lo. I've gotten Dee from What's Happening. Don't look like Dee from What's Happening. I've gotten Chili from TLC. I've gotten Angela Bassett. I've gotten Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett, and any other black woman on television. Lisa Bonet. Y'all gotta stop. I do not look like Ronda Rousey. Okay? She's thick, and our facial structure, even though she's white and I'm not, our facial structures look nothing alike. Because I got cheekbones. See that? See that? I'm so silly. She kind of round though, you know what I'm saying? She kind of round. Don't look like Ronda. Hey, you look gorgeous, but don't look like. I don't look like Ronda Rousey. That's the weirdest one. I never looked at Ronda Rousey and went, oh, I look like her. People were like, oh, you look just like Angela Bassett. Okay, I look like Angela Bassett here. See that? That's it. Everything else not the same. And then I look like before Jada Smith started doing weird stuff to her face to make it look different. I look like Jada here. And then Chili, I look like similar to Chili here. And then our body size is probably very similar. You look like Miley? Of course, I look just like Miley Cyrus. Right? I look just like Miley Cyrus. What did she do with her tongue? Especially here, right? I look just like Miley Cyrus here. See that? Just like her. I think Jada's not looking tight anymore, though. I think Jada's going through some stuff. I think she's going through thyroid because I watched her on some video talking about that her hair, she started losing her hair. And of course, me as the little health person, I was like, Jada, it's your thyroid. It's thyroid. It's thyroid. It's a thyroid or it's low iron. It's one of the two. Hi, Laura. Okay, you got some skills. I got a mouth, too. But you know what? I look different. If I completely straighten my hair, like super straight, people are like, oh my God, you look so Asian. Or if I, if I have my hair like really straight, people see me as looking Asian. If I do certain things, like my face can totally change depending on if I put my hair up. Face changes. So, anyway. Okay, guys, I better go. I'm just being stupid now. Jada is skinnier. Yeah, well, I don't think she's skinny because, like, I have lower body fat than she does, but I think I'm more muscular. I don't think she's lifting like I do now. She's more like I would have a similar body to Jada if I didn't lift. Like, our bodies would be similar. Can I do a DNA? Do you guys want me to do a DNA online? Good night, Deborah. Love you too. And all you do first, thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for always being there for so long. Deborah's been like having my back for a long time now. Apparently we're sticking around for the stupid part of Stephanie. Sticking around for silly Stephanie. I think it's really good that I just stop all of this keto talk and just be something else for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. I would love to see Dr. B do that. Wouldn't you guys like to see him do a live broadcast and then like take off that button down shirt and then like just be himself? That would be really, 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 really cool. What I use in my face? Barely anything, to be honest. I'm going to pull out my products one day. It's nice to talk to someone normal. I agree. I used to do personal training for years. Now I do keto coaching on Skype or all that kind of stuff. Rhonda, what is it? Rhonda is it black? She used to, what? She used the N-word? I don't care. That stuff doesn't, all that stuff does not trip me out. People talking about like, left, right, black, white, like, I don't care. I care about health. I'm like, are you guys have like, how's your mental acuity? Like, how are your hormones? Instead of talking about politics, I start talking about how sick politicians are, because people just make subjective and unwise choices based on the fact that they're stressed out, their perception of reality. If you don't drink enough water, if you don't sleep enough, how you view things becomes incredibly subjective because you're hypoglycemic or whatever. You don't make enough serotonin. People make poor decisions based on their delusions. And, we all are so triggered. Is it? She looks like softly with an aggressive attitude. Now I'm just silly. To be honest, Funky, I'm not really aggressive. I'm just, I'm myself. Because you guys will have like conversations in your head about something, but you don't act it out. I'm the one that acts it out. What do you MMA versus DB? Haha. I don't know. I really have to stop caring what other people do on the internet, because it only matters what I'm doing, to be honest, and the other people that I respect. I'm assertive. I just don't like you guys. I'm just tired of pacifying the masses because people want things put in a very nice package. Like, you don't have fun anymore. Thank you, Bruno. So you're awesome, always sharing knowledge. It's reinforcing and encouraging. Thank you so much. I am passionate, and I don't like lying. I don't like lying. So if you don't lie and you see something ridiculous and then you go, that's ridiculous, but you guys might see something that's ridiculous and not say it. So the only thing between me and another person, I'm just kind of saying what I think rather than not saying it at all. Look, you're very tender but really tough. Well, today I have a friend. He's freaking out. Another friend. He's freaking out. Maybe he texted me. He's freaking out. He's really, really upset. So I told him to come over, and I would make him some dinner, and we would just have a laugh and chat and talk, and he could de-stress. So once I turn off the camera, then I'm turning on. If somebody's going through something really stressful, I will not act like this. I will never act like this. I will never, ever, ever act like this. I remember I was in the gym one day, and this girl, I just met her. She was Australian. And we were talking every day, and like one day she was acting weird. And I was like, they're from Mumbai. Oh, cool. Virgo's a silly little brothers. Virgo, okay. And I really watch people. Like I watch their like something's going on. So I go, what's going on? She's like, nothing. And I was like, and then I was being aggressive that way, or not aggressive. I was being assertive. I was like, come on, something's going on. I can tell. I can just tell. She's like, no, I'm fine. I am fine. I was like, I just, something told me to keep being persistent. And I think that other people would, my camera's like this, phone. I think people would normally give up. And someone's like, look, I don't want to talk. And I just and I was like, I just kept being persistent, which I can be that way. And she says, all right, you want to know what happened? You want to know what's wrong? I'm like, yeah, talk to me. She's like, my dad died last night. He was my best friend. I was like, she told me that her dad had died a few hours, and that was her best friend. So I completely flipped that, tell me what's going on. And so I stood there and talked to her for 45 minutes straight. I didn't even move. I just stayed there until she felt comfortable to exit the subject. I don't care what happened to my workout. I don't care where I had to be. I don't even care. It was just, I needed to be there until she felt comfortable enough to exit that subject. So that was one of the most jaw-dropping moments of my life, is to pry and persist and bug someone to the point where they tell you that their best friend who's their father died hours before. So that was definitely, I cannot, I've got to learn how to show a sensitive side. What about the old man from Pawn? No, I don't even know who that person is. Sorry, time for change. You're done working out. See you next time. Bye. That's crazy, right? That's crazy, funky hair. That's crazy. Watch multiple keto advisors, including you. And he's not a keto advisor, guys. Look how far back he starts talking about keto. It's recently. And all of a sudden he's an expert. It's embarrassing. Sorry. Getting triggered. You're amazing. I'm not. I get triggered, but then I let go, right? I trigger for a second, and then I'm like, oh, no. Retract. Chrissy, what's up, Chrissy? Last year I did keto with the DB way Keto Connect way, and which is in Primal Edge. Oh, that's also and lost 40 pounds, but lost a ton of hair. So did you lose ketones? Did you lose muscle? You lost T3. Ooh. Now I'm doing it your way. Thank you. Sorry, Chrissy. I don't mean to be smart. Arsh. Yeah. Cleopatra. You were losing your hair until you up your fats. Exactly. You're meant to be there to help her cope. Yes. I think he's a hypocrite. I don't care what he does, but you don't have T3. But you have Hashis? Do you have Hashis? How dang sad. Poor girl. This is a long time ago. Oh, you have no thyroid. Oh, you had it radiated. Okay, gotcha. Did you ever radiate it? Okay, you guys, I better go. I cannot stop doing this for too long. What's wrong with me? There is 186 people in the chat watching me be silly. First time ever. Do you guys mind liking the stream before I go? Thank you for joining the broadcast. What about Tim Noakes? You guys know I did 2 interviews with him back to back. Went to South Africa twice. Cape Town. Tim Noakes is one of the sweetest men I've ever met. But keto, he's kind of keto. He's more like low carb, high fat. So quasi keto. There's no such thing. I don't know. My phone is crooked. We had 186 people and it dropped down to 116. Okay. And now we have a 190. Thank you. Thank you, JB. You're awesome, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining the cast. I'm super hyper and silly today for some reason. Who knows why? Triggered? I'm triggered for minutes and then I let go. You know, I did a broad stream yesterday. I was like, I give myself 1 hour to cry and then I got to get over it. Time to move on. Good night. Almost 9 here in Austin. Yeah, new viewer here. Thanks for all the info. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, you guys, so you know when I go live next time, including you, Nikki. See you next time, stuff. Can't wait to get more keto info. I'm in Michigan. What? In Michigan, and it's bedtime. Yes. Tony Rosas. What up? How do you do increase your push-ups? Child, I'm going to go to bed. Tommy, catch me on the next live broadcast. Thank you for enjoying the rest of your night. Thank you. Oh, Donald. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because I get people who follow his stuff who come to me. Other people used to trigger me too, but I'm trying not to talk about them. You know what? There's enough space on the internet for people to do whatever. It's not my business. It's their business. So I need to keep my mouth shut. It's a thing I have to learn. You know, maybe I shouldn't be honest all the time. You still watch me though, even though I'm triggered. Oh, Donald, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, okay. Luther Vandross, play little Luther Vandross with that friend. No, I'm not a big Luther Vandross person. I'm not gonna lie. There might be a song that I like, and the friend is a friend. I'm not gonna play Luther Vandross with a friend. He actually has a girlfriend. He's got girlfriend problems, so I'm going to be like a friend. I'm actually going to be a friend to a guy. So it can happen, you guys. So, okay, you guys, enjoy your night. Hit that notification bell. Don't forget that I have an Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic. I'm afraid to sleep alone. Yo, I'm not afraid of anything except for liars. Okay, we're going to working out. Good night. What? Huh? Okay, good night, guys. I don't get the question. I'll have to catch it next time. Thank you for those who liked the stream. Thank you for those who stayed in the chat for so long. Good night, everyone. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. Don't forget to go to my Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic, my Facebook, which is Stephanie the Business Person, or sign up for my keto course on stephanieperson.com. And why do I have so many stupid names? Because I'm a Generation X and I wasn't smart when I planned my social media. You're strong. You can protect me. I probably could. I'm not going to lie. But anyway, but I'm very petite, you guys. I'm very small. I'm not a big woman. I swear I'm not that big. I'm very girly. I love being a girl. But if you cross my shite, you better look out. No, I'm kidding. I'm being silly. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone to join the chat today. And I'm out with my little, my little jungle and keto-ness. All right, guys. Bye-bye. I'm being stupid now. Yes, I can be stupid. I can say it. You can't, though. You're still waiting for a dating story? I don't go out on dates. Most people hit me up through social media or at the gym, and I don't date online because that stuff's like no. That's no. And so most of the people I meet at the gym, and they're all kind of stupid boys right now. All right. Have a fantastic. I don't have any good dating stories. I meet people through stupid stuff, like at the skate park or at the gym, or stuff like that. Go to sleep, Virgo. I'm not gonna go. I've got a couple hours. I need to write my book. I'm going to sleep. I need to go eat dinner. Bye, Tony. Bye, everyone. Bye. I'm so dorky. Okay, I'm out. Peace. Bye, guys. Bye-bye. Check out my other stuff off of this page because I do stories on Instagram every day talking about the body. That's where I really, really post a lot. So go to Stephanie Ketogenic. I've been called beautiful my whole life. No, I have not. Absolutely not. You should have seen me when I was skateboarding. I was a hot mess. Oh, yes. I had a big old afro coming out of my helmet. Yes, I was sweaty, nasty. No, eat spinach. I'm going to have spinach for sure. Half-Life. There was one point my mother's like, you walk like a guy, talk like a guy, because when I would skateboard with these idiots, like I was skateboarding, like you don't understand. I was the only girl. Go eat, girl, go eat. All right, Deborah, jeez. Yes, ma'am. Right. Oh my God, I'm so stupid right now. I'm stupid. Now you guys caught me when I'm dumb. Love story. I don't know if they're love stories, but I got stories because my butt's 50. I got stories. When you this age, you got stories. Y'all, I used to be a pro skater. I traveled for 5 years out of a suitcase. I lived in Europe for almost 16 years. Girls got stories. Like, I didn't go to school, go to college, get married, have some babies, and then those are my stories. No, Stephanie has stories. I ain't gonna lie. All right. Have a wonderful evening, you guys, or morning, or whenever you guys catch the replay. And I'm out. You would like to see me with an afro? Hey, sister. Peace and blessings. Thank you. Avocado. Tony, you keep saying weird stuff. Okay, I'm out. Peace. Bye, guys.